Yay, I'm not dead. Or some of you might be disappointed. But I'm here with an Assassin's Creed video about the upcoming stuff, the new games, all of that, all the things to talk about. I know there's not going to be a game until like 2020, but there's some leaks, oh my gosh, leaks going around. Some are fake, some we don't know if they're fake or not, but basically, I'm just going to be talking today about whether they're real, whether they're fake, all of that stuff, all the generic conspiracy about whether this game is going to be set in a certain time period or not, all of that. So, getting started, I'm basically looking at some Reddit posts of what people think about, and I'm going to be reading some ideas and some possible leaks. I know there was some leak that was like a picture of an eagle and some background, but I think it might be confirmed fake, but I'm still going to be talking about the information in that. And then I'm also going to be talking about another time period, another setting, all of that. That is kind of the second most popular opinion. But let's get into the most popular of where Assassin's Creed is going to be set. So, apparently there's going to be a Watch Dogs 3 in this leak. I don't know if it's confirmed fake or not, like I said, but I'm still going to be talking about the information regardless, because some of it could be real if the game ends up being set in Rome, which is what I'm talking about, Rome. It says it's set in Italy at the end of the reign of Marcus Aurelius. You can play as Cassius or Lucia, which is a descendant of a character from Origins and Odyssey. It's unclear which one is canon, but it will be basically like Odyssey with the RPG stuff, and it's going to be made by Ubisoft Sophia. That's going to basically end the ancient trilogy of Origins and Odyssey. And it's also going to be more involved in assassins and politics, with the first civilization and flashbacks to other points being secondary. Ubisoft wants it to feel more like an Assassin's Creed than like Odyssey, and the map is mainland Italy, small parts of Gaul and Germania like Libya is in Origins. There's some other information, but that's basically the gist of it. I think this would be an okay idea. My only issue with it is the whole unsure which is canon, which one isn't. It doesn't exactly specify also what it's really going to be about. It just says it's going to be with assassins and politics than with the other things. But the main thing I want to talk about in this post that I kind of find a discrepancy in, and kind of what the second biggest theory is how there's no game in 2019, which I know there's not going to be a game in 2019 because we would have already had leaks, we would have already had something. But also, since this game has a gap year, I don't think they would continue this little trilogy, like that ancient trilogy as they specify it with Odyssey and Origins. I think what they're going to do is go to a completely different time period, which is bringing me to the second main theory of where Assassin's Creed is heading. So, this person on Reddit, they are basically talking about how Rome is not coming next year because there is a leak talking about how there would be like the whole trilogy thing, where they basically said that it would possibly be Greece or Rome next, and Greece ended up happening, and there was the announcement that there would be a break year, which basically leads us to assume that Ubisoft is going to create a new time period, a new setting, everything. They're not going to continue this little trilogy type thing, which I kind of agree with it too, because I think it wouldn't really make sense to have Odyssey and Origins released back to back and then take a break year just to finish the story of this apparent trilogy. So what this person thinks and what I kind of think is that it's going to be China, because Japan and the Vikings and all that stuff are really popular. They're coming after is what this person's kind of saying. And so there's games like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, that's new, Ghost of Tsushima, they're basically games that are kind of set in the Japan era, and it's going to be kind of hard competition. So this is why this person's saying that Japan is not going to come right now, and that they would rather have China. And the problem with Vikings would be that it would be really hard because there wouldn't be much stuff to climb, I guess, and rating wouldn't really be that good in an Assassin's Creed game. It doesn't really make sense to me, rating. But China has a lot of history. It'd be different to Japan, but it's still popular. Ubisoft, they've been trying to grow in China and get in touch with the Chinese player base. They partnered with Tencent, which is a Chinese game company that's one of the biggest in the world, and they're strengthening their ties to China. So Ubisoft is kind of sketchy with the whole China thing, which I feel like if they make a game in China, then that would grow support. And it's basically going to be something that I expect to happen. So there's other rumors talking about it. Basically, there's a thing in Chinese that a gamer analyst wrote that Ubisoft China released on an article that basically states talking about China being a setting upcoming. And there's some other posts on like Twitter and stuff, and pictures of like cover art and things like that. That is not cover art, sorry, concept art. I'm all over the place. There's some concept art, and there's things on Twitter, and there's posts from Ubisoft, and that is making people think that it's going to be China. And I kind of agree with it, just because mainly there's going to be a gap year in between Origins and Odyssey. So I pretty much agree with this, because it would make sense if they switched to a different setting. Plus, people would kind of think that Rome is like Greece, which I know it's not like Greece. I completely disagree with the point that it's going to be like Greece. But there's some people who think like that because they don't really know too much about the eras. They just know the Colosseum and how Roman architecture and stuff was inspired from Greece. But it's going to be different if they make a game there. But I feel like it'd be too much of a risk for Ubisoft, considering Assassin's Creed is kind of on a downward turn. After 3, it's just been kind of drifting away. So I feel like they wouldn't take any chance like that, and they would play it safe by switching to a different setting, and one that people have been kind of looking forward to. I know Japan is like one of the most asked for settings, and if they make a China game, I think it will be kind of well received, considering they're trying to strengthen ties with China, and people will want a game that's kind of like Japan. So I feel like it'd be a happy median in between not getting a Japan game yet, but also still having that type of feel, that type of style. So that's what I think. I think there's going to be a China game. I don't think there's going to be a Rome game. And I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Tell me if there's anything I missed. Tell me if anything I said was wrong. I haven't been really keeping up with this too much. I've just been reading a little bit here and there. So some of the information might have already been confirmed fake. I just don't know myself exactly. And if you want to see more, let me know. Let me know what type of things you want to see. I do have Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, since I got Odyssey, the whatever edition it is, like the gold edition or something. So I haven't even played that yet. I could do some sort of walkthrough. I could do live streams, whatever you want. I did get a job, though. That's some news. I've had my job for like 4 or 5 months now, and I also have school, but I'm on spring break right now for this week, so I do have a break, but I do still work. So that is kind of keeping my time. I'm not really having too much free time, maybe a couple days a week to be on my computer, so I don't really have that much time to make videos and all that, you know. So anyways, like I said, if you want to see anything, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, all that generic stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.